Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana technical analysis daily update for Solana. Here we can see still that we can adhere to this ascending trend line. However, this trend line here, this has been in place for a while now, actually since August, and maybe even, I think since August, middle of August. And again, we've seen a similar trend line on many other crypto charts as well. However, sort of end of September, we had this triangle forming here and we had a breakout, tested that side up here. We've pretty much had something like a cup and handle here. Couldn't quite make at the time the breakout of the handle, and of the cup pattern. So yeah, we broke to the downside, came down once more here, and that was a Fibonacci retracement level here. And I showed you that before that, in the first move down, by the way, up here somewhere we had the mainnet failure of Solana. Don't know if you remember that, probably. And then we went down. I remember when I said somewhere up here that it's time to become careful because we had a bearish divergence forming, and we were struggling to make higher highs. So then we dropped, obviously, came up again, not that high anymore. And however, we've been making higher lows since then because we have come up from the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level at $120, where we found support, climbed up the ladder, to the next one. And we found resistance at the 0.214 Fibonacci retracement level at $175. And then we dropped again to the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level at $142. So it's absolutely a valid Fibonacci. It works really well at the moment here on the Solana chart. And it gives us really good support and resistance levels. Now, in the in the detail here, if we go and take a look on the maybe even on the 1 hour chart, we can see that we've been forming here something like a bull flag. So we come up here in a few waves, moved up once more here with this flagpole. Since then, bullish consolidation in my view. I think from here we could break to the upside. Of course, it's like always, it's never guaranteed. But I think, we sort of try to get through or above this trend line again, I think. And it's a bull flag. So that bull flag could potentially take us in a move above the $166 here, which I've got on here as resistance level. And I think that's from the daily. But here on the 1 hour chart, you've got resistance here at $169. But I think, the main one will be at 175. That's also a Fibonacci retracement level. I think, if we break above that, and that would take us above that trend line as well. That would probably take us above that trend line here as well. Then, in that move, we could then address that $175 pattern or level and potentially get to new all-time highs. Now, does it happen immediately? I don't know. I think it will be a bumpy ride for Solana, but long term, anyway, a super interesting project. I mean, to be honest, it has had its major run already. It's made, I think, something like 100x since since the beginning of the year. To the top here of $216. Absolutely crazy. But since then, obviously, we've dropped and we made a lower high here. And I think, it will go up anyway. There's a lot of potential in that project. And however, I think for the very short term, I think there are probably projects now that have a bit more potential in the very short term. But certainly, it's a very stable one. It's a very popular one. It's a growing ecosystem, So it's just something that will go up anyway, in my view. So it's something for my long-term holding portfolio. Seems a bit caught like in this pattern, a bit similar to Algorand, a bit similar to Coty at the moment here on a high level in this sort of pattern. I think feels a bit like can't really push to the upside anymore at the moment. A little bit on a higher level, maybe also a descending triangle that we can see here. We see the same on the Coty chart as well. But overall, it is going to, with this bullish pattern, that could help us to get to the next level, $174, $175. And if we get there, we certainly need to take it from there. But overall, in the next major push to the upside, I think we could also address that 175 level then. And as soon as we get above this level, that can really take us to new all-time highs. So the $175 level is really a critical one. At the moment, I think, you know, with that bull flag here, I think that can take us to 175. Can we break it? I'm a bit skeptical at the moment, but also what we need to see here on the hourly, together with that bull flag that I just showed you, is just that breakout pattern that we also see on many other charts as well. You know, you come back in this fashion here to this previous high. That's very similar to some other cryptos which have already broken out, like for example, as I said, BNB, XLM. So I think, you know, when you get above that level here, and you know, doesn't matter if you want to see it as a bull flag or just as that break of that resistance level here at $165, $166, that will take us higher, and that will be another push that we need. We need to get above that trend line. That'd be great. Otherwise, I think we might be trading sideways for a bit here in this sort of channel here at the moment, until we see another major push to the upside. We just need another catalyst that brings us up. Sort of consolidation still here, and the indicators tell us the same thing. So I would be a bit patient with Solana at the moment. You know, it has had its major run, pull back here to these trend lines, fell a bit below that trend line now. In my last video, I said, you know, I think we were down here. I said, look, we've come down to that Fibonacci retracement level, so I expect us to go up from here. Now we are in this bull flag, and potentially we can now get to the $175 level. But yeah, we've unfortunately come below this trend line. So I would want us to get above this ascending trend line. If we can get above that, I'll be more bullish in the short term. Otherwise, I think we might have a bit of a sideways move first, you know, and to be honest, we can come down at any time to the $120 again, but I don't really see it at the moment. I think, you know, we are still in an uptrend, even though we've lost a bit of momentum now with this drop below that trend line. And bear in mind, the $120, that is also the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. That's a key one, an important one. And I think, you know, that's held now for a while. So unless, you know, there's really a major crash now in the crypto market or anything, I think we're going to hold that. And from here, we're going up further. It might just take a little moment. And with, let's take a look on the indicators here. I mean, we are still in the bullish range on the RSI. So we have scope to the upside. We have scope to the upside. And on the ADX as well, it just shows us currently that we are in this range market. So I would want us to see maybe break the 20 level here. That just then confirms that we are in an uptrend. We're just in a range market at the moment. So can't really use the ADX for any trend direction index or anything, you know, because it's moving sideways. So the red and the blue line will cross all the time. On the MACD, however, that's looking good. So that could give us a bullish cross here in the next few days if we hold that price level. And that could potentially be another buy indicator, and maybe that could be the breakout of that bull flag here then to the upside. And that again, that could push us to the $175 level. And again, if we break that, that can take us then to all-time highs. But these are the key levels in my view. You know, you've got the 140 here, 142 exactly. We've got that bull flag here that we need to break. And above that, we've got the $175 level. That's the next one that we need to address. And what is sort of the breakout level of the bull flag? So we can use here the candle bodies for that. I think, you know, we would need to break above the $163 to the upside. And should we really lose it, you know, to the downside, then we can drop back to a lower level, and we get to that in a minute. So if we drop here below 158, that's pretty much where we are now. So pretty much now at the support of this bull flag. And again, that can take us, I think, yeah, probably to that previous low in the first instance, before we then could drop to this level here at $142. But I think in the first instance, we might drop to that previous low here at $146, $147. Yeah. So that's pretty much Solana at the moment. Again, bullish on Solana, just as long as we are underneath this trend line. I think a little bit less bullish, might be a bit of a sideways move. If we break above that trend line of the bull flag, which is actually a positive sign that we've got a bull flag here, we break above that, that can take us to 175. That could push us back above that trend line, and that would be a really, really good sign. Just want to give you that daily update. Hope you liked it. If you did, please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, then please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.